Hey, we're talking about what divorce costs and what it could cost and how getting an attorney involved protects you. So this is what I can tell you, that under the most perfect of circumstances, the fastest a divorce can happen and the least expensive that a divorce can be in the state of Texas is one that is absolutely 100% agreed. And by the time it is filed, served, and done, sometime no faster than 60 days. Sometimes it can be done in 70 days. And that is if everything goes right and perfect, which is less than, in my experience, less than 1% of all family law cases. There's a reason why family law cases can get thorny, can get messy, and can get expensive. We're literally talking about two of the three most important things in your lives, right? Your family, your fortunes. The third one is your liberty. But compared to those first two, these are the two most important things in most people's lives, and usually in that order. My family, my children, and then next, my fortune, everything that I have worked hard to build up, the nest egg for my future, for my children's future. And those things are worth investing in and fighting for because you need them. Yourself in 5 years will appreciate you for fighting for them today. Yourself in 10 years will appreciate you for being a hero, for fighting for your children and fighting for your future and their future today. And that's why divorces can get expensive. Initially, right, you're looking at at least a $450 investment to file a lawsuit and have it served on the other side. That doesn't include the legal fees for drafting those documents that are required by the court. And yes, there are forms online available, but here's my warning about self-help and things of that nature is that Texas courts are generally forgiving when it comes to rules of procedure and rules of pleading when you are representing yourself, except in trial. And in all of those situations, when you are representing yourself, you are held to the same standard as an attorney. Under the Texas family law, those court pleadings are held to a higher burden of pleading and in some regards proof. Texas family laws can be enforced with the court's contempt power. What does that mean in plain English? You can be thrown into jail for violating Texas family law, even though it's a court of civil jurisdiction, right? You always hear you can't be jailed for a debt in Texas. That's not true if that debt involves child support. And that's not true if that debt involves hiding assets from your spouse. The court has the authority in a civil context on proper notice to jail you and restrain your liberty for that kind of mess around. So these are the reasons why you want to get an attorney involved. And these are the reasons why family law cases can be expensive, right? Because you're talking about protecting the rights that you have and need to raise and rear and guide your children and the future that you're going to have after the division of your assets occurs. They can go from the wildly expensive to the frugally inexpensive. And a lot of it depends on the conduct of the parties and the contention of the spouses. And by that, I think the easiest example of that is think about a car. You got it? Okay, now think about a race car, but it has two gas pedals. It has one for you and one for your spouse. Now, a race car gets about 1 mile to the gallon of 98 octane to 104 octane fuel. And you can go through that as fast as you want, and they can go through their gas tank as fast as they want. And the more contention, the more anger, the nastier, the faster you're going to go through those gas tanks. Now, on the other hand, if you pull back on that gas pedal, set that cruise control, get to day 70, reach agreements, be reasonable on the things that you can be reasonable on. Sometimes you can get close to or over the finish line on that tank of gas, right? It's very much like plotting a course in a car, knowing where all your gas stops are along the way, and controlling your speed, controlling how fast you want to go. Don't get road rage, right? Set the cruise control. Let that person go ahead and take the lane in front of you. You don't need to be in the fast lane. Alternatively, when there are things that you need to go fast on, the right to access of your children, the speed at which you're going to make decisions to protect your financial assets, those might be things that are worth investing. But always know that ultimately you will have moments, just like when you're driving on a long trip, you will have moments to to make decisions, to take control of the situation, to either put on the gas or back off, right? And those are going to be moments of compromise. And that's the best way you can control your costs in a family law case.